Okay, so up until now, we really haven't done much with showing you how the images are placed in, right? We just have placed them in. But every image is placed with a link. And this is very important to understand because it comes to the idea of saving your document out. So you have to understand that these come in as links. So let's look at the link palette and see what it's telling us. So it's telling me in this document I have 27 links. And you can see some of them have multiples, like this one.jpg, right, which we've placed a couple times in these tutorials, has 5 images. And you scroll down, you can see it's on page 1, 2, 3, 5, and 6. Well, now I can click on any one of those and it takes me right to it, right, which is nice. You can also look at some of the info that's here, and it says status, page size, color space, RGB. Right, so I'm going to show you how to change that. Right, so you're always placing a Cmyk image. You can see that my actual PPI is 72, so the image itself is 72, but because it's scaled, its effective PPI is actually 623. So what you're looking at is really the effective PPI, right? You don't want to go any lower than 150 in that case. Dimensions, right, scale, this is scaled at 11.5%. That's the reason its effective PPI is 623. And you can say it also, excuse me, it also tells you where it's located and when I placed it. Okay, so that's understanding links. Now, inside the links palette, you have a couple things here. This is Relink from CC libraries. Don't worry about that. This is Relink if you find there's missing data or something is out of place, which I'm going to move one of these and I'll show you what it looks like. You can go to the link, right? So that's also the same thing as clicking on here, right? So I want to go to it. Let's click on this one and say go to link. There it is. Update if it's changed, which I'm going to show you how to change it. And then edit original. Edit original will bring it into whatever editing software you've used. So in this case, it'll bring up Photoshop and I can edit this and then replace it, relink it, things like that. Okay. So the first thing that we're going to look at is how to deal with if this link is missing. So let's take this link, which is right here, one.jpg. I'm going to move it out of this links folder, right? So on my file structure, this is not an Indesign, I've moved this. So it's the same thing if you've moved it off of your own file system. And let's go back in here and let's go to links. What you should see is it says, oh, you've moved this. Why is it moved? Now, the thing is here it looks okay, right? But it's not because you have these marks that are here. Well, I'm going to select on that and I'm going to do relink, right? So click on that. I'm going to say, all right, well, where is that? We got to go to 144, week 2. Oh, there it is. And I'm going to do open. And now it relinks it, okay, which is great. So that's a great way of doing that. Another thing is we're going to look at edit original. So I'm going to take this and hit edit original. And we're going to go ahead and change this, right? And I'm going to save it. Okay, so all I did was change the color. Back in InDesign, you can see all of them have updated. Now, if they haven't updated, let's try another one, right? Another way that you can do edit original is you can option double click on it. Let's save that. Okay. Now, one thing that it may not update automatically. So in the links palette, if it doesn't automatically update, you can click on it and do update. So let's just take one of these that I actually don't have selected and do edit original. Right now I'm just changing the color just so you can kind of see what happens. Save it, go back to InDesign, and they've updated. But if it hasn't, that's what you would use. You would use this to update. So let me show you how to change it from RGB to Cmyk. You have to do this in Photoshop. So I'm going to go Image, Mode, Cmyk, save. Back in InDesign, if I look at my links palette, and I look, which one was that? You can see, oh, right here, this is a really good example. So here you can see this image has this sign to it, says this has been edited. What do you want to do? Well, in this case, I want to update everything, right? So we update, and if I look at that, it's saying JPEG, let's look at the individual. Now it's saying CMYK, effective PPI, 5. So this is working right. So the only way to change it from RGB to CMYK is do that inside of Photoshop. Okay, so that's the idea of changing. Let's say you have this link here and you want to completely replace this link. Right, this link here, you want to replace it. Well, so I can say relink. I don't want that image anymore. Let's relink it to a new one, and there it is. Right, so it relinked that image. Okay, so that's dealing with images and links inside of InDesign.